The Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sportsbook. Available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E. Make your first wager of $20 or more and you'll get $100 in free bets. That's $100 in free bets when your first wager on Borgata Sports is $20 or more. Get into the action with BorgataSports.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to this week's edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report, where we're going to be talking about some state and national sports betting reports like we always do. We've got a couple of states reporting some interesting numbers, Nevada, Colorado. We've even got some additional numbers from the State of the States report from the American Gaming Association we're going to go through today. We're going to hit some deals. Then we're going to go through some industry updates, including New Jersey's report on the Atlantic City casinos' revenues in terms of the hotel rooms.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we're going to finish up with some legislative updates. Sorry about that. From Colorado, Ohio, and maybe a couple others as I get my mouth straighted out.
Well, you're sitting in New Jersey, and the tree pollen just is swirling around in this state. Yeah, it's terrible. Incredible. Yeah.
So why don't we get the show started talking about some numbers. As I said right at the top of the show here, we're going to talk a couple more numbers out of the State of the State report, from State of the States report 2021 from the American Gaming Association. By the way, this report is so detailed, you could do about maybe 5-6 shows just on the report itself. It is such detailed oriented in terms of the industry. Well,
that's why the American Gaming Association is so important. I mean, it really breaks down the industry. It really tells you what you need to know about the industry to the minutest detail, and I think it's great what they do.
Well, I always like the fact that they include lists.
Oh, they have lists. Okay.
And
all right.
According to the State of the State, the top 10 highest grossing commercial gaming markets.
Okay.
Now, these are markets. These are not technically cities.
Okay.
Some of them are.
These are areas kind of thing?
Regions.
Or regions? Okay.
Regions.
Yeah, I saw this list.
Yeah, so they listed the top 10. Starts off with the Vegas Strip.
Okay.
Now, this is casino gaming, commercial casino gaming, including slots, table games.
Okay.
Even poker. They even talk about online gaming, online sports betting retail.
Now, this isn't Nevada. This is just the Vegas Strip. Just the Vegas Strip.
Followed by Atlantic City.
Okay.
Chicagoland, that area.
Chicagoland, okay.
Then Baltimore, D.C.
Okay,
which,
I understand.
Maryland's constantly setting retail gaming records.
Well, they have some really great casinos there. So.
And at some point, they're even going to launch mobile sports betting. We don't know when yet.
God knows when Maryland's going to launch it.
Then you have.
Has there been word at all? Anything?
They keep saying they're going to have these meetings on.
Yeah.
It.
Okay.
They meet. That's all they do. There's never anything from the outcome of those meetings. After Baltimore, D.C. area, they said Gulf Coast.
Gulf Coast, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Now
that's a big region. It's not like a Vegas Strip or Atlantic City. Gulf Coast is a pretty big area.
It actually covers Mississippi and Louisiana.
Okay.
I mean, those are the two gaming states down there. Florida, also, I guess the Panhandle. Maybe I don't know if they falls under Gulf Coast, but I don't know about that.
They are the Gulf Coast.
Then you have New York City.
Okay.
Then Philly.
All right.
Detroit. Detroit's an amazing one because
I like Detroit.
There's really only 3 or 4 commercial casinos there.
I gotta be honest with you.
It's a lot of online gaming now.
Anytime someone says Detroit, I always think MGM. That's for me.
MGM Detroit.
That's the one I think of.
Well, again, now when you think of Michigan, you gotta think online gaming.
Sure.
More so than anything else now.
And soon, I guess, I'll be able to start playing some online poker players from Michigan because they
the Interstate Compact.
Yeah, they signed off on the Interstate Compact for online poker, so hopefully I'll get to play against some people from Michigan.
Well, they announced it a couple of weeks ago, maybe almost 2 months ago, that they were going to sign it. Then they officially signed it a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And so nothing's really been implemented yet.
I guess it's going to take a while to get all the software and all the procedures ready and things like that.
I think it's also a matter of getting it all regulated right.
Sure.
More so than anything else. Rounding out the top 10, St. Louis.
Okay.
And the Boulder Strip.
The
Colorado.
Boulder Strip.
Colorado.
Huh.
That is becoming almost like...
Is that like a Vegas Strip?
I don't want to call it Vegas because they're right near each other.
Boulder Strip. Okay.
Yeah, but it's...
all right. Okay.
It's loaded with casinos, sportsbooks.
Okay.
It's
all right,
online gaming, all that stuff. And again, most of the gaming activity...
Colorado's a great market, and I guess Boulder's really, really good.
Well, again, Boulder is the area where most of the gaming is centralized anyway. And also, a lot of the companies, the sports betting companies, when Colorado first introduced sports betting, they had moved a lot of the sports betting companies to make headquarters in Boulder anyway.
Colorado's a great state. I haven't been there since they implemented gambling, but it was a great state when it didn't have gambling. But
well, they actually had gambling when we were there. They didn't have online sports betting.
I was there the first week in October, and it snowed.
Yes.
So that was weird. So,
but again, that was the top 10. A couple surprises in there, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
A couple other notes from the report that caught my attention, and we didn't have a chance to really talk about this when it was first released, so I thought maybe hit these interesting notes here. In 2021, according to the American Gaming Association's report, the mean age of a casino patron was 43.6 years old.
All right.
Versus 49.6 in 2019 and 48.6 in 2018. 2020 is a wash.
Well, I guess it's turning in the right direction. I know before the pandemic, all the marketers for casinos wanted to get the millennials in, to get the younger crowd in. I guess it's working.
Well,
it looks like it's working.
I think it's a matter of the pandemic forced everyone to stay home for a while.
Yeah.
And, again, the younger people probably got a little bit more agitated by being forced to stay home. So now they're going to, the casinos now.
Yeah, I'm starting to see more skill-based games in casinos. I guess that's an effort to get younger people involved. I mean,
I just saw the giant Space Invaders.
That was great. I took a picture of it.
That was at the Bally's, right?
Yeah.
Bally's grand opening.
The Yard.
Yeah,
it was in the Yard. So
the Yard.
It was pretty cool.
That was
a Space Invaders game that you actually had to sit in. And you actually have a gun in front of you. It's a big screen that you actually shoot the Space Invaders. So that's
again,
pretty cool.
All the 80s arcade games are coming back in one way, shape, or form. But again, if you notice, in 2018 it was 48.6. It started going older in 2019, and now it's skewed younger.
Okay,
so
good.
by a good margin, by about 6 years.
Okay.
So I guess the combination of millennial marketing and the COVID pent-up agitation probably got a lot of the young people out to the casinos.
Hey, well, that's working.
Average casino win per visitor increased by 11%.
Good. That's always good.
It increased by 11% from 2020, which kind of goes with everything being shut down for a while.
Sure.
And then 34% higher than 2019 levels. So the average win is shot up. If you compare it to 2019, when you have to, that's the year you got to look at. If it's 34% higher, that's translating to all this additional revenue these casinos are seeing.
Great.
Let's hit some of the state numbers. Nevada reported their numbers, and no record set, except in terms of the amount of mobile betting that was done. Not in terms of handle, but the percentage. Mobile betting, according to the April report released by Nevada Gaming Commission, mobile betting accounted for 72% of the total handle for Nevada.
Let me tell you something. That's pretty good for Nevada, because I guess everything is geared to get people into the doors, because they have that requirement that when you sign up for online sports books, you have to finish your registration process at the physical property. So they want people getting in the doors, just get people in. But 72% is very good. Jersey's like always hitting over 90% online players. It's,
actually, a couple states,
92% or something like that.
A couple states. Colorado's always around 90. Pennsylvania's always around 90.
I'm sure New York is up there too.
New York, there's only mobile betting because a lot of people were waiting for the mobile betting.
Well, I guess no one's really driving upstate.
To northwestern New York.
Upstate New York. So,
but again, it's very interesting to see 72%. I don't know why the rise in it. Maybe it's could be a factor of the increased visitation. People coming in with their mobile sportsbook already on their phones.
Maybe. I don't know.
So it's probably a whole intersection of different data points that are giving.
There are
numbers.
A ton of companies out there that will crunch the numbers and
come up
will come up and say why this is happening. So
and also with their April report, Nevada passed $24 billion in total handle post PASPA.
Oh, okay, good.
They are second only to New Jersey.
All right.
In total handle since PASPA was repealed. Jersey's got 27.17 million. Nevada's got about 24 billion, a little over that.
Okay.
But even though with their increased mobile activity, they've been having a little struggle with the hold. The hold percentage has been below 5% for 5 straight months now.
Well, a lot of smart bettors out there.
It could be a combination of anything really.
Yeah.
I mean, smart bettors, maybe some bad lines being put out at times.
Yeah, I wonder. We always talk about the hold and how big it is and how small it is. I'm curious to see. There's a ton of publications out there. There's a ton of radio shows and television shows where all the experts talk. I wonder how much of an effect that has on the hold. I mean, like I said, people are getting smarter about the games, and they're crunching the numbers, or they're listening to people who are crunching the numbers, and I wonder if that's having an effect.
It might. You never know. There's so many different things out there that can affect the betting hold right now.
Sure.
New York, even though they did not have a record-setting week, by the week ending May 22nd, they did set a record.
Yeah,
a total record. Overall record.
New York numbers are so crazy that even when they don't set a weekly record, they eventually set a record somehow. So.
They set a record for the most taxes collected by a state.
Well, that's important. That's why you do it.
$260 million in taxes.
Since what? The start?
Since their launch.
Since what? Is it January 8th?
Right. And they just beat the current record holder, or the previous record holder, which was Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania had $256 million in taxes through April.
Okay.
And they started in May 2019.
Okay.
So that kind of shows you that 51% tax rate.
I was going to say it's a 51% tax rate on the operators in New York. So I'm sure they're raking in the tax revenue.
2 other quick numbers to hit for this segment here. Colorado. Even though they were down about 20% in their handle, they did pass. They did almost hit the $7 billion mark for all-time handle for the state.
Okay,
which is an incredible number for them.
It's a great market.
And unfortunately, it looks like the table tennis market in Colorado may have hit an off-season. One of the lowest handles I've seen for table tennis, 1.4 million.
Normally we wouldn't talk about table tennis, but Colorado loves their table tennis. Them and Oregon. There are 2 markets that really enjoy their table tennis, and it's always I guess not this month, but table tennis in Colorado is always top 6 sports bet or top 7 sports bet.
A couple of deals to hit today. We got Saracen Casino announcing agreements with global payments company Gaming Solutions.
Okay.
And Amelco for their online app, Bet Saracen. The global payments iGaming solutions will be used by the website, and also the sports betting platform itself will be powered by Amelco.
Okay.
PaySafe extended its partnership with the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation, and it's also going to be used for the digital sports betting platform ProLine Plus.
Okay.
These are behind the scenes kind of.
Yeah, this is inside baseball kind of stuff. Oh, we're doing PlaySafe.
I had to include these because these were the kind of first of its kind type of deals here for these companies. These are international right now.
Okay.
Betano.
I've never heard of them. What are they? Wait.
Betano.
Okay, Betano.
They announced a partnership deal with the Romanian Football Federation.
Now that's soccer, right?
That is soccer.
Okay.
The country's soccer authority.
Betano.
It's
probably some huge, big
it's
thing.
Huge.
Yeah, okay. All right.
That's why I've included it.
All right.
It's a 3-season deal, and they're going to have the naming rights for what they call the Federation's Cup. Their championship games.
Okay.
Cupa Romani Betano.
All right.
And I totally mispronounced that, and I apologize.
I should have. There's a lot of soccer televised. I'm not sure if any of it's the Romanian Football Federation. I have to check on it.
Dutch sports betting operator Bet City.
Bet City.
That's actually a kind of interesting name.
Yeah.
They announced a partnership with the International Hockey Federation. FIH is their initials. This is the first time this hockey federation has worked together with a gambling operator. So we're starting to see some new entities getting involved in the gambling space, especially overseas.
Okay.
I kind of find that interesting because a lot of countries are starting to ban, number one, advertising.
Yeah.
And number two, especially in the UK, which these are not in, by the way, the UK is looking at a total ban on sponsorship on the jerseys.
Well, look, I mean, there's a lot of lawmakers in the U.S. are talking
Yes.
about the advertising and bonuses and whatever about sportsbooks. I mean, living in New Jersey, you get to see a lot of advertising, and sometimes it's overwhelming, but that's okay. It's a free market, and it's good for consumers to know what's out there and what benefits they can get by going with one sports book after another. But I can see their point. I mean, there's a lot of things coming at people.
You can actually see where the mature markets are,
Yeah.
the newer markets, and the newest markets, because
Well, I got worried.
they're all repeating themselves.
Well, I remember a couple years ago with the daily fantasy sport thing. I mean, what kind of got them into a little hot water with legislators is the amount of advertising. And let me tell you something. Every week I had to read advertising from, which was great. I loved doing it, and I love participating in daily fantasy sports. But I guess a lot of people thought it was overwhelming for people.
Well, I still find it funny that the daily fantasy sports marketing language and the sports betting marketing language are almost identical.
Yeah.
So, last but not least, Stats Perform introduced a new addition to their suite of sports data and digital products,
Okay.
artificial intelligence products. They launched the OptaVision data feeds offering, which is a more in-depth look at individual plays
Okay.
teams are making. It's going to give a more, I don't want to see this micro market area.
Mm-hmm.
This is what that's for.
Okay.
You're going to be able to see deeper statistical analysis
And see,
of plays and games.
we were talking about the hold. It's stuff like that
Yes.
that's affecting the hold. People are getting smarter. Their access to information is a lot better than it was before. And you know what? That may have an effect on the hold a sportsbook has.
Well, New Jersey just recently released a report on the first quarter of Atlantic City casino revenues.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the report focused on how the hotels were doing.
Okay. Now, this is for the first quarter. This
First
is
quarter 2022.
January to March.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is first quarter 2022.
It's also wintertime, so I don't know a lot of
I was
people
actually
think,
surprised
oh,
at
really?
some of the
Okay.
room rates
Okay.
I saw. Here, I'll just go right into it. The average room rate for Atlantic City casino hotels, $152.20
which is very reasonable.
for a casino hotel.
By the way, if you look around, a lot of the hotel casinos, especially in the wintertime, they have deals if you're staying Sunday through Thursday. I think they have cheaper rooms, which is logical.
Yes.
I mean, but some are very, very affordable.
Ocean Casino
Okay.
had the highest room rate
Okay.
on average, $209.46 per night.
Okay.
They led in room occupancy, 81.5%.
It's a beautiful property.
Borgata was averaging about $171 a night.
Mm-hmm.
They were second. Then Tropicana, $150 a night. Resorts, $106 a night. Resorts was kind of at the low end of this.
Okay.
Even at $106 a night, that's not too bad either.
Yeah, resorts though, but you stay at a historic casino. They just had the anniversary of them opening their doors in 1978. Yeah.
But again, it's one of those situations where Ocean had 81% occupancy. Those three hotels I just mentioned, they averaged around 55% occupancy. So usually you see Borgata leading the way in a lot of things.
Again, it's the wintertime.
Yes.
So
a lot of people staying at the one end of the boardwalk, it looks like, too.
okay.
Let's see.
The interesting things about staying in Atlantic City, before you get into Atlantic City, there's this big strip there. You're going over the marshlands and stuff like that. You have all these other hotels and stuff like that. You can get the hour room rates and things like that. So I guess there are cheaper alternatives if you're
if you don't
going
want
to Atlantic City. If you're just staying off island, which by the way, Atlantic City is on an island.
Yes.
So if you're staying off island, there's other cheaper hotels there.
Borgata led all properties in first quarter profits, $45.9 million in profit. Hard Rock was second.
Oh, okay.
$26.9 million. Then Tropicana with just under $20
They have
million.
great rooms.
Tropicana?
I think we've stayed in all of them. Yeah. I think,
Then Ocean came in fourth, Harrah's fifth, Caesars sixth, Bally's was at the end there, but again, I think they're going to change that with the renovation.
They had they have brand new rooms up there. They're refurbished and redesigned. It's absolutely amazing what Bally's has done.
Well, it's just nice to see Atlantic City starting to come back.
Sure.
Their actual total profits for the quarter, $155.6 million combined profits for the 9 casinos, higher than any first quarter numbers in the previous 8 years.
Oh, great.
And
people are getting out.
The reason 8 years is important is that's when the Division of Gaming Enforcement started keeping track of all this.
Sure.
So it's been 8 years. This is the highest. They're setting new records.
I think they're going to have a great summer.
Well, I think so, too. I think what's happening is going to be really nice, especially with some of these new room improvements that some of the hotels have done.
Yeah. I think a lot of them are doing
We got new owners at Ocean.
Sure.
So that's going to be fun to watch. Bally's over in Chicago. Bally's got the nod to build the casino in downtown Chicago.
Yes.
They also said they're going to put a sports book.
Great.
Once that's built. And also, once it's fully approved, let's not get
they haven't broken ground yet.
They haven't gotten approved yet.
Well, they haven't gotten
fully approved.
But they got the license,
yes,
though.
Yes.
Okay.
They have, they're moving towards
it looks like they're. I don't think anything is going to stop them from getting the license.
No.
It looks like they're
unless some late
something
charge
bizarre
by somebody,
happens. Yeah.
But they're going to be, if they actually go through with building the retail sports book, they'll be number 3 sports book in the city. Remember, Chicago had to have that special committee do a vote to allow sports books in the city limits.
That's going to be a great market, Chicago.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, my God.
Chicago's a fun town anyway.
It is, yeah.
But it's going to be even more so. Also, Ocean Casino Resort announced that July 1st.
This is Atlantic City, right?
This is Atlantic City.
All right.
I'm moving over to next launch here.
Okay.
The Gallery Bar Book and Games.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
when
are they opening?
July 1st.
July 1st.
They just announced it.
Yeah, all right.
So you're going to see a 100-foot elevated bar and lounge. It doesn't rotate like the one in Bally's.
Yeah, Bally's has a rotating bar, which is pretty cool.
The carousel, that's kind of different.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
But the Gallery Bar Book and Games is going to have also gaming tables in there.
Great.
The old sports book did not have anything like that. They just had the sports book. But
see, that's fun. You can go place a bet and go, I guess, play a table game or something.
Or you could just sit at the table game. Yeah, you could sit at the table game and play the table game. If you'll make a bet, get some food, whatever you want. Yeah. And also, they're going to have a 140 feet worth of LED walls.
Great.
888 Holdings launched the SI Sportsbook in Virginia.
Okay.
That's the new platform, tech-wise, that they've been promoting. That's the second state for them. Mohegan Gaming's Play Falls View Mobile will be launching soon. They just received regulatory approval in Ontario. The Score Bet launched a very interesting responsible gambling program called, I want to get the name right, Bet Mode Responsibly. And the main star of this responsible gambling program is a comedian. So they're going the comedy route.
Okay.
So,
any comedian that I know?
Susie Essman.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sure. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, okay.
So they went the comedic route to help promote responsible gambling. And that's it for this week's launches. Again, I'm really impressed with the Atlantic City casinos.
Oh, yeah.
They've been doing.
It's great.
We're going to wrap up today talking some legislative updates. Minnesota, no-go on sports betting. Nothing more to say there. I mean, it was kind of interesting. It had such a good head of steam going into the Senate. Mm-hmm. The Senate Finance Committee approved it 5-4 vote. but the actual Senate did not even discuss the bill.
Okay.
What happened was the committee tacked on an amendment to the bill that the tribes had already previously told them that they weren't going to support.
Okay.
So there was some fun and games.
They wanted to kill it.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
We're still waiting to see what happens with North Carolina. By the time this airs, I don't know. I mean, we're taping this before Memorial Day Monday, and the legislative sessions still go on, I think. And
Okay.
North Carolina has a bill sitting in there that may or may not pass online sports betting. They're going to be voting on it soon.
Okay.
So we may see North Carolina become the next state to have to pass some sports betting legislation for online sports betting.
Interesting.
They already have sports betting in the state, retail,
Okay.
but they don't have online. The new bill would create about 12 new licenses for
See, it
online
makes
sports
sense.
betting.
They already have sports betting.
Yeah.
You might as well do it
You
online.
got to go to the tribal casinos to actually
Sure.
place your bets.
Okay.
Colorado, you mentioned how everyone's looking at the promotional credits.
Yes. Yes.
Colorado has already passed legislation limiting
All right.
promotional credits or promotional deductions because what they've seen is the sports books, since the industry launched, $408 million in revenue. But the state has only seen $17 million in
Okay.
taxes.
All right.
It's the 10% is the tax rate, but it's 10% of adjusted
Okay.
gaming revenue.
All right.
When you look at the numbers, it's really a 4% tax.
Okay.
Because if you look at the gross gaming revenue, which is $408 million,
Sure.
you're not getting that money.
Let me tell you something. I know a lot of professional sports bettors are leaving Vegas and going to Colorado because of the promotions and the bonuses and the
Well, that's
bigger
gonna stop.
menu. So,
They've
I wonder how that's going to affect everything.
Well, they've introduced a schedule of reduction,
Okay.
I guess is the way to phrase it.
Yeah.
It's going to go down almost to like 2.5% that you can deduct from your
Okay.
gross gaming revenue. So we're going to see some changes in that
Interesting.
market as well. And last but not least, we're still waiting on Ohio.
Still waiting on Ohio.
But
Is the date January 1st? I guess that's
the date,
that's what the law prescribes. I guess
the
that's
date
what
says no
everyone's
later
working.
than January 1st.
Okay. So
But it can launch before that.
okay.
And
All right.
we'll know at the June 1st meeting of the Ohio
So-
Casino Control Commission. But what the Casino Control Commission did tell everybody is that sportsbook operators who are already, licensed or going through the license or temporarily approved, whatever you want to call it, they can actually start advertising and get customers.
I would think it would start before January 1st.
I don't know.
I think I honestly think they might be before the World Series, which was late October. I think you can see something.
I think if they're moving at the speed they're talking about, when you hear these discussions, they're reviewing 3,000 applications.
Yeah.
They're having constant rule revisions. They're having constant, really application revisions. They put out draft applications for comment.
Yeah.
They're going to revise those.
Well, look, one of the big benchmark dates for any sports book to open is the start of the football season.
Yes.
I'm shocked that they're not going to start before the football season. But look, I mean, either start of the football season, World Series, but if worse comes to worse, I guess January 1st is what everyone's.
Well, they have to.
Yeah, but
They have
yeah.
to.
So
But
I think it's before
I
that.
really wouldn't
I really
be
think it's before
surprised
that.
the way they're talking and hinting at it. Not preseason football, maybe the actual opening day.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So.
but I don't know. Maybe, but I think World Series would be my best guess.
Yeah, I think
October.
so. Yeah,
October, November. I would hate to see Ohio lose out on missing half a football season, though.
sure. I mean, they have the Browns and the Bengals. So
Yeah, especially
can't believe how much. There'd be a lot of money coming into Ohio if you start during the football season.
especially if it's a state that allows the bars and restaurants to have sports betting.
Yeah, that'd be great
They
too.
would want that. That's it for this week's book report. Keep the press releases coming in, info@turnpikesportsradio.com, and we'll keep putting up the news and notes from the previous week's sports betting industry.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.